Hello Aries, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Aries, how you doing, my fire family? I hope you're well. I'm here to do a reading for the week ahead, Aries, and we are going to start with, we're going to look at Lenormand and we're going to look at Kipper today. I'm going to throw down a few of these and then we're going to get to it with some tarot and get you some details. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Hope you're doing well in this retrograde. You can let me know in the comments if you're interested in sharing. And if you are somebody who's always coming back here, if you're my ride or die Aries, thanks for doing that. And if you are somebody who's just here brand new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I hope you'll subscribe. So at the end of this, I'm going to tell you about how to get to the extended if you're interested. And I'll talk about the sale that I have on that is only until the 20th at midnight. As I throw these cards, it is the 19th. And so it's almost ready to turn to the 20th. I think it's 10:30 p.m. here as I throw these cards. So soon you will only have less than 24 hours to get your request in. All right, the 10% sale is ending, but the live readings will continue. Okay, here we go. We've got somebody who's waiting here. Feels like there is some sort of an obstacle, Aries, and it feels like you're waiting for something. It feels as though you're waiting in this energy of feeling like you're not sure if something is going to work out or not. It feels like a bit of worry or possibly some sadness. It feels like you are that there is some type of obstacle possibly, or something looks insurmountable from a distance. I'm looking at this person here. We do have the Ace of Spades in the bottom right hand corner, which is the Ace of Swords. So it feels like either you're waiting for communication or somebody else is. That possibly might help you clear something up about this, something like this. We do have in the future energy here, we have card number 9 with the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is more about a gift possibly that you might be getting, or somebody might be giving you the gift of kindness or a gift of love. It might come through words because the Queen of Swords is on the bottom right hand corner. You could be waiting for the Queen of Swords to communicate with you possibly, but somebody here is definitely waiting for communication, whether you are the feminine or the masculine. Yes, there is a woman's body here, but we don't know whether that's feminine or masculine energy. So it does feel like that you have been quiet or keeping to yourself possibly. We've got card number 36, which is a 9, and that is Hermit energy. But I feel like you've been quiet about something because you don't want attention right now. It's like it's something that I feel you've been waiting for an answer on, or something that you've been trying to get over. Like it feels like an obstacle you've been trying to think about what to do. Maybe you're waiting for some help, or hoping that maybe somebody would contact you instead of you having to reach out. Let's see what the Kipper says here. Tell me about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the Kipper for Aries. All right. We have the occupation in the distance here. We have the false person. We have the mature man, and we have a great fortune. Now, generally, the mature man is usually someone who is, at this point, some people, not all people, get wiser with age, right? But this person does indicate, they are older, possibly. It does indicate here that they are kind of wiser, because the indication of all of the books and them being worldly with having the globe here, and that this person has definite opinions. I'm just looking at the way that their finger is like pointing at the desk, like this is what's going on. It does feel like there is a situation going on here. There's something here you don't trust, a situation, maybe a person, or a situation with a person, could be a workplace thing, but it feels like there's something here that you don't trust to make the decision about by yourself until you consult somebody that has a little bit more wisdom. So it does feel like that the mature man, whether that's feminine or masculine, again, they might have a man's body, but whether they're feminine or masculine, we don't know. That will be decided by you. And we have great fortune. For some of you, you could be thinking about where to invest your time, your energy, your money next. The great fortune. It feels like you do have a great fortune here, and what's falling out of this this kind of, I would say it's like a cornucopia. It looks like what's falling out of it is a bunch of butterflies. So it feels like whatever decision you might make here is an important one, and it will transform things, I feel. And that's why you're waiting on maybe more advice. It feels like something that's insurmountable, that is bothering you, making you sad, feels like sadness, or that you think that if you make the wrong decision, something might go wrong. For some of you, it could be about your occupation. It could be, should I start the business? It could be, should I leave where I'm working to start the business? Possibly, should I leave one place of business to go to another place of business? It feels like you could have some sort of, this person might have some sort of a gift. And I only say that because we've got card number 5, and it seems to me that this person could be like a hierophant. So it could be someone who is usually the spiritual teacher, someone that you might really trust, who gives you a lot of good information or advice. And I feel like there is something that you are trying to figure out here, that there's a big change coming, possibly in your occupation, or something you're working hard on. It doesn't have to be your job, but there is a decision here that you're trying to work hard on. And it really is going to make a big difference, adjudication, right? It's going to make a big difference in your life when you do make this decision. It's going to change something, or it's going to be a permanent change, because usually when we're in adjudication, it's like we have to go to the authorities to get them to sign off on something that is a permanent change. So it feels like this person could be someone of an authority, a spiritual authority in your life possibly. And so it feels like you're waiting for someone to communicate with you or help you with some advice possibly. It feels like there is something here that you don't trust. Whether it's a feeling or a situation or a person. Tell me what else we're talking about here. Tell me more about Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the Hermit energy and the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, whatever's going down here, Aries, it really does feel like whatever decision you make is going to change everything, right? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is definite change, going into a new cycle. And then we have change here. It could be about selling a house or moving, quite literally, because that's what we have here, adjudication and the house. Usually that kind of goes through a lawyer of some sort at some point, but or some sort of authority, whether that be a bank authority or what have you. We've got despair, so maybe you don't necessarily want the change, but it feels like the change is coming, and so you're trying to embrace it. But you're looking for advice about what to do here. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like here, Aries, you do have some type of goal that you have been taking your time to make some sort of decision on how you are going to move forward toward the goal. You're being very precise with your movements, being very sturdy and stable, and taking your time to make a decision about what to do next. You're exploring all of your options. So the Page of Swords is very curious and digging up information. And I feel like you're observing something from a distance. You could be eyeing up this mountain and saying, maybe this is insurmountable. Maybe this is such a big obstacle that I need to leap over that it's going to be really hard for me to do it on my own. Maybe it's time to call in somebody I trust or some type of authority. The Hermit energy is here, and it's here in the same lineup here with this with the mountain here. So it feels to me that there is something you've been quiet about or thinking about by yourself. We've got card number 36, which is a 9. The Hermit is also a 9. And so that's why I was saying that there is something that is bothering you from underneath, or something that you feel sad about, something that you don't want to draw attention to. We have the 6 of Wands down in the bottom right-hand corner, and the person in the 6 of Wands is getting a lot of attention. But it feels like you are trying to hide from that attention. It feels like you're trying to make a decision, but you're holding back, and that's why I was saying that you don't really want the attention. You're holding back through making a decision about something that might affect your happiness, your family, something like that. But something has to change here. And I feel like I feel like you are either building a foundation elsewhere because there is some sort of new exciting cycle that is about to show up, but you're keeping it all under wraps here. It feels like you're moving really slow towards something that feels good or looks like a gift, or you feel like it could be a gift in the distance, but possibly you're observing it from a distance, not really sure about where to go. There's the Six of Wands again. So I feel like you're keeping it under wraps, and you're being very careful, plotting your path to your goal. But I feel like it is something here that you are taking your time to make the decision about. The Hermit tells me at this time, I feel like you're being very quiet about something that you really don't want to tell other people, or that you don't want this false person to get wind of. So it feels like you don't want negative attention. You don't want somebody to know your plans. Only people that you trust, or maybe there's only one person that you trust. Tell me more about Aries, please. Why are you holding back? Because it feels like with this cross here, this is sadness, or you feel like there could be some type of loss, or you don't want the attention because you don't want to have this loss or sadness while the spotlight is on you here. So you're holding back and keeping quiet, trying to make decisions. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles here. Keeping it to yourself. We've got the Knight of Cups. It's something that's affecting your heart space and that you are sort of looking at with a sort of passive energy. This is also, this is a very precise, it's a precision with the Knight of Pentacles, but also moving slow. And all this one is passive, but a little more heart-spaced. This one's a little more logical and analytical. So we do have the Six of Wands. It's come up 3 times now. So it does tell me here that what you're holding back from is the Six of Wands. You are building some sort of a foundation with something, and other people, you don't really want other people looking in on your idea. So for some of you, it could be a business that you're building. Maybe you have a business idea with this light here. Card 34 is a 7, and for me, 7s are all about heaven. I feel like you're trying to follow your intuition as you're making this really big change in your life. There's some sort of really big change that is going to change everything, but despair is sort of equal to the cross for me. It's like, if I'm going to fail, I want to fail in silence, in quiet, by myself. I don't want to fail where everybody's watching, especially not this false person. Tell me who the false person is, or if this is a situation. There's something here you don't trust, that you've put a lot of work into something here, but it feels as though you really don't trust someone here. And I don't think it's the mature man. I think the mature man is the one you do trust. But I feel like there is somebody here or a situation that you don't necessarily trust. We've got the Six of Cups. This person has a history, or the situation has a history of letting you down, or just sort of I would say keeping things from you, not telling you the whole situation, not being completely, totally honest with you here. We have the Chariot, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there is something that you're about to invest in here. You're about to bring something from the dream state into reality here, into the 3D, and it feels like it's something that you have a big feeling about. So a really deep feeling. It's really got you in the heart space, and you want to move it forward. But I feel like you're trying to keep it quiet here because of the false person. It is somebody that you know, that you've known for a long time. It could be a member of your family. I'm just saying. The Ten of Cups is here. But there is some sort of really big change that's showing up here for you. And I feel like this change is going to bring about some great fortune, with whether this is health or wealth, whatever it is. Tell me what the change is, please. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you can't stop this. This is destined change, and everything is moving forward regardless of how you feel about how other people feel about you moving forward. It's a really big change that's bringing a foundation that's super exciting. But I feel like you're worried about this this change, that other people are going to see you possibly fall down and not really. I think your worry is that as you're building the foundation, the spotlight might be on you, and maybe they'll say, well, you're doing it a little slow, aren't you? Like people who are going to criticize you or criticize something that you love or your heart space. This feels like a creative thing. So when you're a creator, and if you are, let me know in the comments, when you're like a content creator, or if you're somebody who is, an artist or a writer, or, you love to do the work in secret, but when it comes to showing it to the world, someone's going to show up and crap on it. And I've been dealing with that all week. It feels like all the haters are coming out of the woodwork this week. And so sometimes you just want to work on it, and you just don't need the negative feedback, right? Because you're in sort of a delicate mindset, or in a place where you don't really want to hear the negativity about it. You just want to carry on with your project because you've gone over all the details and you know what you want. You know that this is going to work. But I feel like, the cross here and this occupation tells me that maybe you're worried that other people aren't going to like it, or that they're just going to kind of poo-poo on your dreams. Tell me what's changing here. We have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Moon energy, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is it. It does feel like with the Six of Pentacles that you would much rather have people give you reciprocal energy. And when you put your stuff out there for them to give you great feedback, and criticism is good. Feedback is great. But when people just do it to be mean or hurtful or to hurt your feelings or personally attack, then that's not okay. And I think that's what you're trying to hold back from. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. It does feel like something you've put your whole heart into, or possibly it's self-worth that is at stake here. It feels like with the Moon energy is like, I've put a lot of work into this, or a lot of time, or I've really worked hard on myself, and things aren't as they seem. And I feel like things aren't as they seem right now because the Wheel of Fortune is here and everything is changing. So you have a lot of moving parts, Aries, and I feel like you're feeling a little sensitive about it. And I don't mean to say that you're just like super watery sensitive, but this is something that is very meaningful to you or very deep to you. It could be a relationship, could be something that you're creating. Maybe it's a business. Like, it feels like it's something that it could be yourself, right? Because we got the Empress here. Maybe you've been working really hard on yourself and trying to maybe you're just ready to step out, right, in front of everybody and say, this is what I've built. This is what I've been working on. Let's talk about this obstacle here. Tell me what the obstacle is. I feel like you're waiting for advice from this person who is the mature man. That person is someone you can count on, and they're a person who I think sees your worth, and that they also are someone who does carry a lot of worth and self-fortune here. Tell me what this obstacle is. We've got the Justice card. We've got the Seven of Swords. And we've got the Ten of Swords. So there's what the obstacle is. And I feel like you haven't yet brought it to the surface. It's still under the surface with the Hermit here and the Moon here, but I feel the reason you haven't told anybody about this or brought this to the surface is because of the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You think that somebody is going to try and say something that would be terrible or betray you, or somebody will stab you in the back, or it feels like harsh words or harsh criticism, or they'll put you in your head. These are all swords, right? We've got Libra, who is in balance usually, but I feel like what you're doing, the obstacle is, I feel like you're restoring something. Look, you could be restoring an old house, right? Could be restoring an old house and buying this old property. And it was reminding me of a show I was watching the other day, and it was, we bought a funeral home. They gutted the funeral home and made it into a house. Anyways, so it feels like it's like an old piece of property or something like that, and you just don't want to hear people tell you not to do it. So I feel like these are the naysayers. It feels like the Ten of Swords, you're just trying to get over this obstacle, whatever the obstacle is, and you just want to release any negativity or negative thought patterns that people are going to give you. You're trying to restore something, which could be your confidence, because we do have the Empress that showed up on the bottom of the deck. It could be you're trying to restore, like get out of the matrix, get out of the corporate world and build a house or something like that. But it feels like you're keeping something under the surface. So we are going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. If you're interested in the extended and you'd like to come watch me talk about whatever this is, because I'm still not sure whatever it is and who factors into this and who the mature man is, and you're waiting for some sort of communication, we'll talk about that in the extended. If you're interested in coming there, please look in the pinned comment. So in the pinned comment, you will see a link for one-time purchase of only this extended if you're interested in just that. But if you'd like to come into the membership area and have all the extendeds for one small price a month, then please look in the pinned comment. There is a link there. Also, I do have, like I said, only until midnight on the 20th, can you get your 10% off your pre-recorded readings when you take the code that is in the pinned comment and book your reading. I do have a 48-hour turnaround time for one of my readings. It is on a limited time. I won't be offering it all the time. It takes a lot of my energy because I get a lot of these requests. So if you would like to do that, please take that code over there to book your appointment before midnight on the 20th. And if you are interested in the live readings, there's 5 to 75% off live readings if you're interested in connecting with me live, and those sales are going to stay on. So you simply get a discount just for booking ahead, and you can go over there and look at my timetable and see when I have time available. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to go into the extended Aries. If you'd like to come there, I will see you there, and if not, I will see you back here, because I will always be back. I hope you will be too. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. Take care. Bye-bye.